is something that you should really watch out for, because it's going to be completely transparent yield for Bitcoin, ETH, USDC, USDT, or DFI. It's going to be native. So you put Bitcoin in, you get Bitcoin out. It's completely transparent. You can track and trace it. I'm going to give you a really quick explainer how it's going to be done. Most of you understand that anyways, but I want to give you a quick explainer. And I also want to explain to you that there's not anyone else out there who does this in the same transparent manner. Because the key thing is that you can track and trace every transaction, every reward, everything that's happening, right? And that you are completely represented. If rewards go up, your reward should go up as well. If rewards go down, your rewards have to go down as well, right? So there's no black boxing, there's no promising of a minimum a payout, or there's no guarantee of something. That's impossible with rewards that are in DeFi, right? And so this reward is also it's zero inflate or very little inflation. Majority of these rewards are actual fees that people are paying, and that's always the most powerful rewards. So, and that's why it works with Bitcoin, with ETH, with stable coins, and so on. Yeah, before I explain the kind of basic mechanics behind it and how you can track and trace everything, if everything goes well, this product should be launched this week. So we had it on staging internally. Looks really, really solid. Everything looks fine. It may still be that we have a last minute thing. Then we're gonna pause and we're gonna launch it next week. But like really, I'm pushing the team, but at the same time, I don't want to ever launch anything where we can risk your funds. So yeah, so that has been a key thing. But before I kind of go into some of the specifics, are you seeing some of the talk already, Fabio? Some of the chatter? What are people talking about? Again, for me, is an absolute no-brainer. If you have any ETH out there, any Bitcoin out there, any USDT, any USDC, you're gonna want to use that.
So the questions, that maybe to just summarize one or two things that already happened and that are public information, is there was a teaser shared on our social media in a video format where we are hinting at a new product, and there was an email sent out. And in this email, we mentioned the 4 coins that will be natively available, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, and USDT, if I'm not mistaken. And there was also mentioned how much you possibly could earn, which was up to 20% APY, which is yearly. And it was mentioned where the yield is coming from very broadly. And there I would actually love for you to go into a little bit more detail. But one thing that people are asking is, of course, is there going to be a third party involved? Is this a product comparable to lending? And the other thing is, if you actually read the email, the hint is it will be generated via negative interest rates in the DeFi chain ecosystem. And everybody that is familiar will know how that works, but maybe you can give us a little bit of a rundown or an explanation for the people that are not familiar. And I would even say that even if you are familiar, this is probably helpful information.
Yeah, so the way this works, we're utilizing true DeFi yield here. That's really key to understand. If you're selling DUSD in the DeFi chain ecosystem, there's a stabilization fee of 30%. And half of that fee that is being sold is getting reintroduced for anyone that opens a vault. And a vault basically means you lock up DFI and you can lock up ETH, Bitcoin, stable coins, and then you mint DUSD out of that. And so just with that process, you are being incentivized on these DUSD with yield on the DUSD. What this looks to you is, it looks to you as you are getting a yield on DFI, Bitcoin, ETH, and stable coins. The biggest risk of that is the vault getting under collateralized. So the vault gets liquidated. That's the biggest risk. So how do you avoid this? Well, just like anything, you leave enough buffer in there. And you have automated systems that make sure that this buffer is kept. And at the same time, you have manual systems, humans, who have to check this on a regular basis, right? So it's just like if you know something cannot drop something else, you put an automatic system in there that just makes sure it doesn't drop. But at the same time, you leave enough buffer so that then there can be humans actually looking and watching and actually seeing all that. So that's going to be a really key kind of way how you manage that risk. And so if you use that, that means you generate DUSD, and these DUSD you can then sell into Bitcoin, into ETH, into DFI, and into stablecoins. What this actually does, if you think this through, because of the selling, yes, the rewards are slightly lower, but you're actually pushing the new rewards up slightly. So what happens is you're getting fewer rewards right now, but you're pushing it down the line to make sure that they are more sustainable. And with that, we can provide completely transparent. We're gonna publish the vaults. You can monitor like everyone using this is gonna monitor that. We're gonna have automated systems. We're gonna have people watching that. Everything is automated. Everything is gonna be track and traceable. So it's not like we are paying you the rewards whenever. No, it's actually trackable to a reward. If funds go in, you should see this on the vault. If funds move out, you're gonna see this on the vault. Also really key, the DUSD that are gonna be minted there, we're gonna sell those off that are the rewards. So that's gonna be your return, but we're not gonna reuse the DUSD that are gonna be minted in the vault. We could do that and we could maximize the rewards, but it's actually a massive risk. And I don't think that that's a risk that our customers are doing. Now, if you are someone that wants to do this yourself, and I know people are doing this themselves, you can reuse the DUSD and you can maximize the returns. To me, that's being way too greedy and it doesn't make any sense. So for us, we're not going to do this. A key concern, obviously a second key concern, is how long will these yields last, right? That's a key concern. Now, this is going to take, I don't know, we don't know. This could take months, right? This can take a year. But the key thing also for us is we're going to start hunting for other opportunities in the markets for how we can generate DeFi yield. And we're going to want to add all those various kind of different avenues. So we really want to go down that route where we don't lend to institutions. We want to be completely transparent. You can track and trace everything. In theory, you can do it yourself. But if you're that kind of customer that goes and says, you know what, I would, I just want to, I want to do this myself. I can do this myself. Great. If you're someone that says, look, I just have one asset. I want to have Bitcoin. I want to have ETH. I want to have stable coins. I just have DFI. I want to be matched with other parties, right? Because what we are basically doing is we're just matching. So we're matching people with DFI, we're matching people with ETH, we're matching people with Bitcoin, and we're just basically matching all of them together. So we're expecting some people moving out of staking, adding their DFI. We're going to expect people to leave the earn product that we're offering and match them there, right? And the ideal here is that it doesn't need an insurance fund in a sense where you can have impermanent loss. There's no impermanent loss. It's so easy to understand. You look at that, you see the vaults, you see, this is my Bitcoin, this is my DFI, or this is just my Bitcoin, that's it. You just have to add one coin. Automatically, it's going to get matched. If there's too much of one asset, simply what's going to happen is that asset's yield is going to drop down. It's just going to be an averaged out, right? And then that means the other side becomes more attractive. So it could be that the DFI returns are higher, could be that the Bitcoin returns are higher. Who knows, right? So it's going to be a very much of a matching. It's going to be 100% transparent. We're going to keep this super uber safe. Again, we could probably max out this to get to 25 or 30% in yield. Not what we want to do. We rather give you up to 20%. You're going to get the actual rate minus our 15% cut, just like always. And we want to keep this as safe and stable as possible so that you have the lowest amount of risk with the highest amount of return possible.
So the one question, and maybe correct me if I understand this the wrong way, but this is not only a very attractive yield for Cake customers, but this is also beneficial for the whole DeFi chain ecosystem because the incentives that they created with the negative interest rates. So as far, maybe correct me if I'm wrong. So what the 30% stabilization fee, a lot of people within the DeFi chain ecosystem, they actually don't want to pay a 30% fee, which is completely logical because people don't like to pay fees. But with our product, you have a very unique opportunity where you actually come in, you're earning a reward, but what's happening in the background is a lot of funds get funneled through this fee, and this actually helps to provide a lot of value and incentive for the DeFi chain ecosystem. Is that correct?
100%. Yep, that's exactly correct. So that's
win-win.
It's a real win-win. Like it's a complete win-win. So yeah, that's going to be a quite exciting product. Can't wait to launch this. Again, I know that other platforms are utilizing that also for yield. However, they are completely packaging that, so there's no scalability, there's no transparency, there's no like throughput at the same kind of time, and so obviously also their yields are way lower. And so that's really because it's impossible. Like the only way how you can get a high yield is if you remove the 15% fee. Sure, then you have to do everything yourself. You have to monitor this yourself, right? You like sure, but it's impossible to get a higher yield unless you take
And
massive extra risk.
if from a customer perspective, is this similar to Earn? Will there be a cap on this product, or if I want to allocate a big amount of funds, is there a limit? Is it first come first serve, or how
So
is this
we
going to
will
work?
start with a cap. So there will be a cap initially. So you want to go first come first serve. We're gonna do a cap. Then we're gonna monitor how everything behaves. We just like we don't know what happens if there's such a large like in theory there's gonna be I don't know probably $100 million gonna get added there because we ran a couple of numbers. We looked at how much other assets do customers have, what are idle assets, right? Then all the lending that comes out of the marketing budget, so that's going to stop, right? So there's no further marketing. So we're not going to do this marketing budget anymore for the lending. So that's going to get cut off, which is good for us because then we have less marketing budget spent. But so then this can funnel into that, right? So adding all this together is about $100 million. So the question is, how does the system behave if $100 million enter? So that's, we don't want to be able to add $100 million in one go. We just want to do this in stages, right? So it's going to be first come, first serve. So I can highly encourage you, have your funds ready, deposit them right now, have them ready. And then once the product goes live, you're going to know because it's going to go out by push message, by email, by social media, and so on. And then it's first come, first serve. I cannot tell you if or when we're going to do another batch, right? We just have to do this in stages, just monitor everything. It's going to take a little bit. We just want to have, for us, the number one key thing is obviously our customer safety. And then the second interest for me is to have the DeFi chain ecosystem safe and stable, right? So everything has to be done in steps there.
Let's just say I'm interested, and I'm a customer at Cake, and I want to prepare. So you mentioned very likely to be launched this week. We didn't give away the specific time and date.
Because we don't like, at least, I mean, I have some idea, but again, there's still some final 100% proofs I need. And then we can stick to that. Otherwise, we're just going to push it to next week.
So let's just say I want to get ready. I'm excited. It sounds like a fantastic product. No third party, sustainable and attractive yield, complete transparency. So I want to have maybe so it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, and USDT. If I have either
And
of these
DeFi.
assets, I deposit them into my Cake account. I follow the Cake DeFi social medias like Twitter or Telegram or whatever. And as soon as there is an announcement, I can allocate into this product because I want to be fast, first come first serve, and initially there will be a cap. So if I want to prepare myself, it's these 4 assets. I probably want to get started and deposit them as soon as possible, and then follow along on social media for the rest of the week. That would be the course of action then.
You're not going to miss it. I mean, it's going to go out by email. It's going to go out by push message. It's going to go out on social. I mean, yeah, you're not going to miss it. So if you have your funds ready, yeah, you're going to get in. So just have it ready, deposit them now, allocate them now, like make sure you're there. Then it should be no issue. Yeah.
But with Vault products, is it that my funds are locked up for a certain period? Can I withdraw them at any time, or how does this work?
Yeah, it's just like staking. So you can withdraw anytime. So there may always be a small, like we're talking about a small delay. So it's not like instant second. It's just because we actually need to move the funds, right? So there's always going to take a little bit, but there's no actual lockup. So it just like, takes some processing time. So if you just budget in, I don't know, a few minutes, maybe sometimes a few hours, it should be no problem. But yeah, it's not like where you're locked in for a week or something. So just give it a little bit of some processing time to get funds in and get your funds out. Yeah.
And is there a fee for adding and removing liquidity to this product?
This I actually don't know. Is there? I don't know that.
me neither. I wouldn't expect there to be a fee. Probably it's so please don't take me for my word there, but we're gonna mention that, of course, within the FAQ. But as I would expect it's probably gonna be a little bit like liquidity mining or Earn, that we are taking a cut on the rewards. And
So the rewards are definitely, we're taking a cut there. I'm not aware. I just don't know if there's going to be a penalty on the entering and exiting. I'm not 100% sure. There could be, just because of all the processing and all the efficiencies, but I have not heard of any there. So yeah,
For me
really excited
personally,
about that. I mean, that
yeah.
product is also going to be really exciting for a lot of new customers. Yeah, that's going to be a really key kind of marketing driver for us as well. So yeah, sorry, Fabio, but
Is
I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah, for me personally, it's a very exciting product because, I don't really like to hold a lot of stable coins. So I hold Bitcoin and I hold Ethereum, and I miss the lending product that was broadly available last year. So I'm kind of and the earn cap is full. So I have some Bitcoin, I have some Ethereum that are waiting, and this product, sounds very interesting.